I finished this book literally minutes ago, so I don't know how much sense I'm going to make. Today I'm talking about How to Be a Woman by Moran. It's funny because my thing is identify the face in this cover. What's a little bit weird is that her eyes are a different colour on the front photo and the back photo. Oh well. How to Be a Woman. Moran is a feminist newspaper magazine columnist, and this is about, it's kind of like a bit of a memoir. It's about like you know, anecdotes of like growing up and becoming a woman, grouped thematically and actually done in order, about just, you know, female concerns. So like the content, the chapters are like periods, pubic hair, boobs, feminism, bras, fatness, sexism, getting married, having kids, etc. And it's like, it's very humorously written. It's a good read. I find that like my favourite type of for like columnists and people that work in sort of like fast-paced media, I find that the way they write is much more the way they talk. It's just interesting to note, comparing to like that I read Orwell yesterday, and that's just the opposite sort of. Oh, anyway, I like this because it's very, you can connect to it very easily, and it brings up a lot of like, I consider myself a feminist, but there are a lot of things about feminism that I have feelings about, but I haven't really thought enough about to justify, and this has kind of like given me some of the answers that I could, you know, the like justifiable reasons for some of the views I have, which saves me a bit of legwork, I suppose. And there are like a couple of things. I mean, nobody's going to completely encompass your views on a topic. Like there are just a couple of things where I'm just like, it doesn't feel well thought over, because there's a point where she's just like, are you a female and do you want to be in control? You should stand up and call yourself a feminist. And then a couple of pages later talks about the misinterpretation of the term feminist from people that don't, and it's like you can't tell people to call themselves feminists without giving them a definition of it, because it's just like a miseducation of giving people the power to use that word without understanding what it means, or not understanding what it means, but understanding the limits of what it doesn't mean. But yeah, there were a couple of like chapters that were really thought-provoking. One towards the end about abortion, and I'm pro-choice, as I don't think I know many people that aren't pro-choice, but just in a very, I'm like quite a selfish person. That probably just comes from youth, but I can very much imagine, like purely from a hypothetical standpoint, wanting to abort a child out of, frankly, convenience. Not because I can't be bothered to deal with it, but because I don't think that I could give it a good life, and I don't think I could give it the life that it would deserve, and I don't think it would be a good addition to my life as well. And this woman has been through that, after having had 2 children, and has talked very candidly about having an abortion and not feeling at all bad about it, basically, because I feel like it's one of those things that I know, and I would say I'd probably stick with. I mean, I would obviously be horrible to go through that procedure, but I think I'm just like, the fact that I'm saying, oh yeah, it would obviously be really horrible and traumatic, is because people made it seem like it should be something horrible and traumatic, and she hits on that, and it's like, it doesn't have to be if it is like a rational, you know, choice that you have made. And she was like, I was waiting for this grief and it never came because it was the right decision. And that was good. Yeah. Although this woman is very successful. Like, she just went from being some fat kid in Wolverhampton, sorry for, that's too brief, but and then just like at 16 going to work at this like cool weekly music magazine in London, and then like at age 18 or 19 she started going out with her husband, And a lot of my doubts in life, and that I thought would be, not that I thought would be addressed in this book, but just things that I knew like are concerning for a lot of people and then might sort of come up, but sort of things that she couldn't answer for having a successful life, you know? You can't be like, oh, I wonder, like, you can't address the worries of being 30 and not finding the right partner when you found them by 19 and you've hosted a TV show at age 18 and stuff like that. So in that way it's not very relatable. But good stories, good conversational tone, very nice to read. I like that. That was Caitlin Moran's How to Be a Woman. It's Caitlin, isn't it? I say it's Caitlin. What if it is Caitlin? I've had it wrong all this time. Let's hope not. Okay, bye.